Okay, step number 5. What are we doing now? Well, we got to make the video, right? We've got everything else in line on here for the video. We just need the actual video itself. So let's get the graphics created. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into this little Notion document that I have. Has the song name, song number, the genre, and all the lyrics. I'm going to highlight it all. I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go back over here to 5, ChatGPT. And I'm going to go back to the Marval Music project folder. In the project folder, we have a conversation going on right now, which is strictly about creating thumbnails, thumbnail creation with lyrics, right? That's all we're doing in here. So I'm basically going to come in here. Hey, 5, got another song, please. Here you go. Okay. Now, this is what I always do, right? Whenever I'm talking to ChatGPT, my inquiry is just text, right? If I'm providing some specific information, like in this case, I'm going to provide the lyrics, the copy paste and everything else. I put those inside something, either brackets, quotation marks, whatever. This helps GPT understand that we're talking about this specifically, right? So quotation marks, paste everything inside there, right? Now, based off of our previous conversation, and understand this, the main reason that I'm doing this is because it keeps a memory. When I first started doing this, there was a lot of going back and forth. What if we tried doing this way? Or what if you create based off of this or create based off of that? There's a bunch of fine tuning that goes on when you're doing this. So to prevent the necessity of having to do that all the time, I just keep this one conversation going. And this way, the next video and the next video is based off of the accumulation of changes and understandings from all the previous ones. Make sense? Hopefully. So here, I already have all the information I need to create a background image. I'm not even gonna read it. I'm not gonna look at it. Why? Because I'm just looking for visual elements. And if I see something that's not working, we'll come back over here, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and trust in this process by allowing ChatGPT to be the creative director. Basically, I'm going to say, here, what do you think, right? So let's go. To create the video or to create the image that's going to be used for the video, we're using a program called, not a program, we're going to use another AI system known as Leonardo.ai. Okay, in Leonardo, the way I create, right now there's something called Flow State. It's a new addition that they just added. It's free at the moment. If you have, well, I don't know the details of it. Leonardo has a free version of the software. We actually pay for a monthly service. So I don't know if Flow State's available for the non-paid version, but it's definitely available for the paid version. And it's free for the paid version right now. What's so cool about this? Well, I'll show you. Image dimensions. We're doing a TikTok, right? 9:16, roughly. Not roughly TikTok, but definitely 9:16. I'm gonna paste a prompt in here and I'm gonna tell it to generate. Now this is what Flow State does. It just keeps creating, and as you scroll down, it creates more. As you scroll down, it creates more. When you find something that kind of like, that triggers you, like I like this, I like that, you can click on it to see, show me more, and then it'll start to generate more based off of that. And you can keep going deeper and deeper if you like to. Right now it's free in the sense that you can just keep going and going and going, but eventually you're gonna have to pay for every single image generation. So don't get stuck in a situation where you're constantly just kind of looking. Remember, we just wanna find something that works and move on, including in this stage. So let's do this. I'm not gonna be creative director, right? I'm gonna take a screenshot of everything, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to capture selected portion, right? I'm gonna go back to 5 and be like, hey, this is what came up. What do you think? Hey, this is what was created. What do you think? And then I just paste the screenshot. It's gonna paste that screenshot in here, and ChatGPT can actually look at it. There's a lot of the times, Five will realize, okay, well, maybe it's not working, that they're emphasizing too much of this or not enough of this or enough of this or whatever. We'll go ahead and here's a new prompt. Okay, perfect. There's no corrections, no needed, nothing. They line beautifully with the theme. Perfect, so let's go look for something. Okay, what I'm keeping in my awareness right now. Something's gotta move, 1, and the text is gonna need to go in the middle, 2, and there's gonna need to be a place to have the title. So those are the main elements that I'm looking for, is how I'm going to structure, not necessarily what fits the scene the most, what fits the scene the most and also takes these other things into account. So for instance, my awareness goes immediately to this one first. As we're talking, this is my first one. So I'm just gonna assume this one. I'm not even gonna look at anything else, okay? Hey, it's got a signature in the bottom. We can fix that in Photoshop. This isn't to sit there and say, go and just start stealing stuff. This is generated this way. We just gotta fix that because that's not gonna work. What can be animated here though? Maybe the clouds will be animated. We won't know until we try. So what are we gonna do? I'm gonna save this image first, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and animate it real quick, just so I can get an idea, right? So to animate it, in here, Leonardo has a section called motion. And if I go into motion, I just select the image that we just prompted, and I tell it the motion strength. Now, depending on what you're working with, you're gonna wanna slide this up or down. In general, for what we're doing, we don't want a lot of motion. We just want a little bit of motion on the image so it doesn't look like you're looking at a picture. It looks like something's moving. So put usually on 1 will give us a nice generation. And now we wait. Usually takes like maybe 60 seconds or so. So we might probably just end up cutting, so 1 second. Okay, just finished the generation. Let's see what's moving. Anyone see any movement in there? Because I don't see anything moving. Okay, so let's do this again. This time what we're gonna do is we're going to increase the motion speed to 2. And hopefully it doesn't just, no, it's gonna work. Hey, and if anybody doesn't know, according to Hermione, she just sent me a text message, Bargain Bin on 50th in Lubbock has a lot of great stuff today. But by the time you see this video, it's too late for you, so we probably already snagged everything. Yo, for real, check this out. We went to Bargain Bin like last week, and I bought, what was it? 10 mirrors, okay? Room Essential mirrors. These are the mirrors that you find at Target for like $20. No kidding, I actually looked it up. Room Essential mirrors. Floor mirrors, right? 10 of them for 15 bucks. 10 of them 15 bucks. Dude, $20 each. That's only $200 in mirrors for $15. I'm making a fun house upstairs. I already took the last 10 and I put them all over the wall in the hallway. Hermione said that's not where they go. But when you walk in through, it's like an infinity wall, but it's a hallway. It's like, oh, yo, this is crazy. And this is about to finish its image generation. Anyway, yeah, Bargain Bin, cool, check it out. All right, let's see what we got. This is not working. It's moving left and right. It's moving left and right. All right, you know what? I haven't released one of these yet, but I do like this image. So I'm gonna make this a still image, straight up. This will be the first one. It's just a still image background because I like it the way it is. But we do gotta fix that, the signature on the bottom. So what I'm gonna do, Leonardo has a canvas option where you can go in there and actually like do in painting and change stuff up that way. I don't know how to use the software that well yet. I'm definitely gonna do a deep dive into it and figure it out. But for right now, I'm very comfortable with Photoshop. Been doing it for a long time, and Photoshop's got some super sick AI, AI in it. I'll show you. So check this out. We're gonna take the original still image, right? I'm gonna go ahead and upscale it. Basically make it larger, so that way all of our modifications are gonna look nicer when they get brought to the size that we need it. Otherwise, we're stretching stuff and pixelation and all that other good stuff. So we'll go ahead and upscale this image. If you don't understand what upscaling is if you take like a regular picture, I know everybody's done this, and you stretch it out, you get all those little jagged edges. Well, what it's doing is basically stretching it out and getting rid of all that jagged edges by redrawing the image and filling in all that information. Really cool stuff, right? All right, we're gonna go ahead and download it. I gotta go to my library first. Upscaled images, and we're gonna go ahead and download this one. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're going to open Photoshop. We're gonna open that file that we just downloaded. Okay, now, please don't do this as still images, but I'm gonna come in here, I'm going to delete this AI generated signature. This isn't really someone's signature, okay? I'm going to expand the boundary so that way it covers the part that we deleted, plus a little bit of the edge. And now we're gonna say generative fill. And then we're not even gonna prompt anything, we're just gonna say generate. What Photoshop's gonna do is it's gonna look at the rest of the image and it's gonna try and figure out what should I put there. And it's gonna give you three versions to pick from. Okay, seems to be fine. There's one, that's another version, that's another version. Let's leave the first version, looks good, right? Cool, so now let's go ahead and save this. And I'm gonna save it as a PNG because it's higher resolution. Smaller file, 8-bit, so that way it takes up less space. And then I'm gonna export it to the project folder that we have for Finding the Way in the media section under graphics. And we're gonna call this one background. Actually, yeah, background's fine. Background, Finding the Way. Or is it Find the Way? Is it Find the Way or Finding the Way? Help me out here. It doesn't work. Okay, Finding the Way, cool. All right, so now we have a video, or we actually have a still image we're gonna use for a background on this one. That's basically it for this step. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. That's this current step, and then we're gonna go on to the next step next.